Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the slim S Pen case for the Z Fold 5. Now, for those of you that caught my unboxing, you already know I've got a 0.5 terabyte in cream, a 0.5 terabyte in gray, and the only item that was really appealing to me in the pre-order from Samsung were, of course, the cases that include the new S Pen. And that is a big deal. We're getting closer to a seamless finish with that pen input, and that is really a game-changing feature that still no one else on the market replicates. So I'm going to start off with the icy blue version, which oddly enough, there was no matching case to my knowledge for the gray color. And I guess that's because the gray color is a limited edition color that you can only get from Sammy, but that still is quite strange if you ask me. But all that aside, let me see if I can open this easily. So far I'm striking out a bit, but I'm going to figure out, you know what, there's only one tab at the bottom, so let's go with that one. And these are expensive. I mean, they retail for $100, but I mean, what were you expecting? Because after all, this is a unique case that, you know, is expensive, but if you want something at launch, if Samsung does a good job, then it's generally a good idea, if I could get my words out. So let's see if I can... Having problems with this, as you may have already noticed, which I should not be, but I'm going to attempt, without chopping my finger off, to finally break the seal. And I did get it. Sorry about that. And I would have liked a little bit of a darker color than the icy blue, but this is going to be just fine based on what I'm seeing. I mean, it's closer to purple, I feel like, sky bluish, something like that. But this is why I'm really sharing this. I'm not interested in this as much as I am in this guy. So it's the first time we're getting a colorful S Pen again, which I'm sure you noticed in the coverage because, well, it's been a long time. The Note 9 was the last time we had a colorful S Pen, and that little ejection button just pops it right out and you're in business. Pretty cool. Now, this is a lot thinner, but I think it's going to be just as usable. After all, I'm not trying to write a novel with the pen. I'm going to just pop it onto the phone itself right now, and that's not how you're supposed to install it, but I'm going to do it. So I'm not saying anybody should do what I'm doing, because after all, they do have plastic tabs that you need to pull off in order to get it to stick. But I just wanted right now, since I'm not going to go through that process, to be able to show all of you what this case looks like when it is installed. And I'll be doing that for my wife's version as well, that cream with the matching case, because this is actually designed for the cream version to my knowledge, I believe. So, fit and finish on this, I like it. You know, I don't know if this will be the case that I keep, meaning I'm going to likely keep it, but I mean, will it be the permanent case for this phone in the event that I stick with it and keep it over the Pixel Fold? But what I can tell you is that this is game changer, because now when you open it up, you don't have this giant hump. It still is there, so it's still going to rock on a surface, but the previous generation case was the best that Samsung ever made, and what it suffered from, of course, was that it just had a protrusion, and I could bring that into an update if I wanted to. So this is a big deal. We're getting closer to that S Pen finding its way into a seamless experience in the device itself, and hopefully we get there. This is as close as we've come. Let me go ahead and get that other one out so you can see it. Based on my experience, it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but it also shouldn't be the most difficult. Meanwhile, you know, if there was a very simple way to do it, I absolutely would get up in there. This time, I think I did a better job. So $100, definitely too expensive. And I will say we're at a point where it's time for Samsung to include that S Pen. I mean, the fact that I had to buy the case in order to get the S Pen, this needs to end, because I'm not saying that the Fold needs to be value oriented, but I am saying that it's expensive enough. I mean, people are complaining about the price all the time, and I'm not one of the people that complains, but I do think the S Pen should be gratis at this point. There's no reason not to be giving the S Pen to everyone. It would be in Samsung's favor. It will be in our favor. It's a win-win. It's a piece of plastic, let's be real. And there is the fit and finish on my wife's phone. Again, the cream with essentially the matching, I would say it's more of like a gray color which maybe that would have been the matching color for my gray. I don't know, but I dig this over this. My wife digs this, so, I mean, she hasn't seen it in person yet, but these are both true to what they look like on the internet. So when you're looking at Samsung or any other retailer like Best Buy's website, of course, I will include links in the description for those of you interested in picking these up, or, of course, the Fold 5. But that pretty much rounds out just the unboxing of these two cases. I will also point out, since I did not, that they do also include, of course, pen tip replacements. I see them in there. Don't want to throw those away. Whoop! The grabber tool to remove them, and then it looks like we get 3 more tip replacements. Hopefully you can see that. But that's pretty much it. Again, these should not be $100. But then again, when you look at third-party cases from Spigen and other manufacturers, even no-name Chinese manufacturers, because Spigen's out of South Korea, for those of you unfamiliar, their prices have become egregious. So Samsung has kind of unfortunately unlocked this trend where now they're all charging exorbitant prices for plastic cases. But look, it's because these are so expensive. So if they come in and offer a better case at 75, you're going to pay for it because this is 100. Granted, not 100 on the pre-order, but the pre-order is just about over. You've got 3 days left from the time of this unboxing. So that rounds things out. I like the case. I wish it had a kickstand. If it did, it would be a complete solution for me. That's the one big thing it's missing now. And of course, I may end up just getting one of those kickstand attachments because I'm not sure I want to give up this design with the S Pen. That really is the hallmark of the 5th generation of the Fold. So a lot to like here. That may be the best route to go rather than, for 2 years, I've been using the ThinFit P on, from Spigen on the front for the S Pen holder, and then I forget the name of the other case for the backside with the kickstand. So I've actually had to buy 2 cases. So when I talk about cost here, you get the picture. I've been spending a lot more than the $100 here. So hopefully, I'll just find a good kickstand to attach to this if it's trustworthy. Not in love with just using a double-sided adhesive like that, but we'll see. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them at that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe and please stay safe. Later.